Hello again, everybody. Got Partab Singh against Edwards. This should be a good game. Partab was on form last night, won the flyer, beat Keith in the final. Probably see a fair amount of attack here from Partab. It's a bit of class like.
Table 13, Steve Prince, Roger Holt. Steve Prince, Roger Holt, table 13.
I'm sure they're going to turn up in a minute. Right, here we go. Partab finally decided to turn up. On with the lag. And that looks like it's probably going to be Partab. Yes. Doesn't get much closer than that, but it looks like it's red to me. Here we go. We're off to the races with Partab to break.
Is Peter, Hubie and Malcolm Brooks in the room, please?
Who's got a ball? Always a good starting point. Looks to me like reds are the balls. I can't see a lot of problems with the reds. And I'm only, reds, mainly because There was a little bit of cluster behind the black. They're workable, but there's nothing obstructing anything on reds like. I just don't know if the ball nearest the yellow brown spot goes to the middle. If it does, dead easy, pot that stone in. Partab's considering yellows. Opted for yellows, I'm guessing that because his first red was going to be possibly a bit difficult. He played that nicely. It's all going to be about how well he controls his position through the three yellows to the bottom of the black. Just wants to leave yourself just off straight really, so you can maybe screw into the red. Trying to get into that gap on the centre line of the table. Everything's about this shot. He's missed the kiss on that cluster. I did say, ladies and gentlemen, it was always going to be his issue. And that's not really helped him lot. Ever can easily play thin off his the red you can see, take the white towards the top left hand side of the table and leave no pot at all for Partab. I mean, he's not even going to consider a finish here, he's just going to play that containing shot, leave his red potable near the bottom right and the white near the top left. That's if he plays the right shot. And the problem with that shot is that you've slightly tied your red up. Fair enough, he's got the containing element, but he's now tied the red up a little bit. It'll make it a little bit awkward to get on. And Partab's played another nice shot, but his yellows just aren't getting any easier to deal with. Whatever Evan does here, he wants to make sure he at least threatens the finish and leaves his balls open. So the ball's going to hit, wants to be nicely into the middle, nicely off a cushion, so it's potable from lots of places. Oh, I mean that, wow, how lucky was that? That wasn't a good shot. He's not left a dodgy 3-ball plant off the blacker out daft, has he? That would be horrific if he's left that. He's not played for it, so just again a bit of containment, but yeah, he's kind of being a little bit lucky leaving the black tied up, but I still don't see these reds as a big issue. They should just be taken away. So that's not good. Played with very little commitment. He has actually left Partab a pot to the bottom left, which potentially you can screw off and attempt to get a split into the black and yellow. Not the biggest fan of that shot, I suppose. It's a bit negative, but I understand he's applying pressure to the yellows. Evan's having a good think about this. Yeah, he's just going to bump that ball there and leave. Yeah, he's hoping to leave Partab, not a lot, but I mean he's left it so far in the open. He's left him the corner pot, which if he's feeling attacking, he can pot and screw into the black and yellow. Not guaranteed good position off that, because his yellow in the middle of the table doesn't go anywhere up the table. So the problem with playing that split is he needs to be on the ball he's moving, really. I don't know whether he can cut into the middle and get any kind of screw which side to get a dislodging of the yellow by the black. That's what he's looking at. He's wondering if he can cut to the middle and screw in. Looks quite thin. I think maybe put a bit left on in case you need to get it off the cushion side. Oh, he's played that kind of well, but with the exception of not getting the pot. So I think Partab really a little bit annoyed with that, because that was on. That was on, like, no doubt about it. He got well into the black with that, you know. So if he'd gone a little bit thinner with his shot, it would have gone the yellow just as well, and the frame would be over. So I think for me, Evan's got to play the top right red, stun, hold for the middle, across, take his cushion ball, screw up the table, try and get on his bottom rail ball behind the black as early as possible, and then the finish is on. Sounds very easy. First frame of a tournament, it never is that easy, but yeah, see, he didn't pot it clean, which meant he put angle on the white. I think he was virtually dead straight on that. But because he hasn't potted it clean, he's ended up moving the white instead of leaving himself nice. So, needs to be careful.
Is Alan Matthews and Glenn Pilkington in the room, please?
Oh, what is this? What are you thinking of there, Evan? I'm not really sure. He's trying to get into the mess the black up, that's what he's trying to do. And he has failed. So I think the yellow nearest the black spot, as in a snooker table black spot, goes to bottom left, which makes this clearance very easy. You'll just drag this in with check side, bit of left. That's what he's done. Oh, he's left himself low on this, which is ugly. So he's now going to have to go. Oh, he's looking at crashing. There's a bit I thought he might just stun up and down off this side, but he's looking at crashing. Played it really well. Played it nicely. There we are. Partab Singh 1-0. we go. Evan to break, 1-0 down. Right, Evan, let's have a nice big split and a dish. Dish for the viewers, come on. Right. Well, that means we're in for a potentially long frame, because these are proper ugly. Not Partab's greatest shot, but it was containing enough. Really, he wanted his white on the bottom cushion. Oh, he's ripped a double into him. Left himself really awkward queuing, but it's actually not the worst result in the world. He can probably chip the yellow to the bottom left and dislodge the other one. I mean, he won't want to be potting any more balls, just covering bags really. Like, we'll see what he does. His queuing is not the cleanest. Bridging over the yellow. Yeah, so he's looking at a containing shot. Just played the yellow full in the face, the one that's next to the red, but he's decided against that one. I'm not sure why, but anyway, yeah, he's gone for that. Another little bit containing pill from Partab. He's going to try and put the yellow red in front of the yellow, and he has failed. So there's actually a sniff of a finish on the yellows here. He's got the double on the ball nearest the pearl black spot, which might open up some opportunities. If he runs through on it, he'll be on to another ball. He'll have position on a couple of balls if he runs through. We'll have to get in this double. Played it, and it wasn't going anywhere. It was too thin on the middle. So Partab's going to chip this red over the pocket, because there's obviously a bit of pressure. Yeah. So I think on yellows, what you've got to be focusing on here is you're in the lead really. You know, you've only got one ball properly tied up. So I think I'd just go for the back heel on the bottom yellow near the bottom right and trying to chip it over onto the bottom left. While Partab's still got that at least one ball that's very awkward near the middle, in between the two yellows. So if he goes potting here, it's just a bit, I think, a bit ridiculous. Not entirely sure what his plan for this frame is, having done that. So it's just kind of slightly opened up Partab's ball, and it becomes a lot easier to split when it's not surrounded. So you could pot the yellow to the middle, leave himself an angle for a split on his bad ball, but that's only one of his two bad balls he's splitting. Now if he just tucks this onto the pocket, it's just a waste of a shot, and he hasn't, so that's fair enough. I don't know what he's thinking here with that ball near the middle. I mean, the black needs developed as well. It just seems like digging a hole for yourself here. So he's going to take this ball in the middle, leave himself a little angle, I guess. He has. Now then, he's going to try and screw across to get position on his bottom left yellow, or is he going to go for the split on the one near the middle? Both are a little bit random. Oh, alright, I see. So he's going for a cross double with a split. I mean, this is so random when you're going for a cross double, splitting your last ball open when the black still needs to be split. So you need to land on yellow in such a way that you can actually get a split on the black.
Players would like to do a spot of commentating. Would you please come to the top?
So it's not a bad shot. It's not a bad shot, to be fair. Yeah, not a bad shot. So Partab, I mean, loads of options. He's just going to play the simple snooker here, I guess, and wait for a better opportunity to either DF Evan or generally abuse the table a bit. I mean, the black just doesn't go anywhere, does it? So he's always got that comfort, even if Evan kind of gets raggy out the snooker and back heels his yellow onto the yellow, kind of, you know, he's still got to split the black and then get on it in the shot. Like. So we'll see. I'm guessing he won't be playing this too hard. Just wants it moved into a better position. Yeah, that's the shot. So, problem with that is Partab will definitely get the chance for a good DF any moment now. If he was thinking about it, he's not. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm not sure how much of a good shot I think that was. For me, he should have potted that corner ball, run through, play the yellow red plant bottom left, and left Evan not foul snookered, 2 shots, no pot on the yellow, and black not in the open. So Evan's gonna just keep his ball open. He's probably as good as he can hope for the time being. I mean, there actually is a finish here on reds. Partab wants to go while that black's dead. He might as well play the double here. If he gets it, the dish is on, and he's always leaving the black covered. Right, he's going to play the middle and just stun down a touch. Ooh, too much. Too much, man. He wanted to be on this double next. And as you can see, he isn't. So, I mean, for me that was a bad starting shot because he's opened the black up. Not that he goes everywhere, but you know, it definitely goes in the middle now. And yeah, left himself under pressure for his own finish. Well, Partab, you are a ridiculous human being. That, in all fairness, was rubbish. So it's left him dead on the plant, just wants to drop it dead weight, screw across, black in the middle, happy days. Not really a lot to think about here, just get on with it kind of thing, yeah? Drop the plant, screw across, black in the middle. I mean, if he skills this yellow ring, it'd be a nightmare. And that's pretty good, that. You can easily screw across on that. People are often scared of these, but you just got to, you know, hit them nice and firm, keep that white low. Oh, where's it going here? Wow. So he just tried to play it with side, and I mean, the cut's on, but he obviously totally blind pocket. I mean, it's not the hardest black in the world, is it? But yeah, you'd rather be straight than blind on it, eh? So we'll see if Evan has got this in his locker. And he has. Played it well. Good shot. 1-all. Partab kind of threw that one away. I'm sure it won't bother him, like. 2 experienced Partab. Winner of seniors tours, UK men's tours, big events, lots of experience. Here we go, Partab. Oops. Right. Well, straight away yellows are finished, aren't they? I mean, there are no excuses at this stage here. These are so easy. I think you put your white left hand side of the ball line for a simple yellow in the middle starting shot. Then you go in top right, left middle, right middle, bottom right, bottom left for the black. Happy days. So he started off correctly, dead on the right spot for the white. Just leave himself, just short of straight on his next ball for a little stun for the middle. Doesn't want to get through too much. Doesn't want to be there. I mean, he's been a bit fortunate with that. That's just horrific, in all honesty. Yeah, not a fun shot, that one. So he's not enjoying being Chinese onto his corner ball, obviously. But I think you know, in reality, he has to play that. But you know, he was in control of the white prior to that shot. He should have made sure he wasn't going there. So he's liking his hand on the cloth better. This is an ugly little shot. Could end up in the middle and all kinds going on. He's actually played it really well, unless he's left his cell tapped up there, which would be a bit of a spew tablet, to be honest. Let's have a look. I don't know how tight this is. Looks like it's nearly touching to me. Aye. Do you think he can get it? If he can, he's obviously got top left. It's a thin one, top left, but it's there. You know what I mean? So is he going to play? He's going to play kind of like the old man shot here, isn't he? Little touch of swerve on it, and happy days. So he's making an easy finish look pretty hard so far. I wonder if he can carry that on. This is just a stun. Get yourself a little angle on the middle. Yeah, that's kind of all right. This shot needs he needs to play confidently here. I think you play into the gap, but play off the cushion into the gap, up and down. So you've got middle bagged is probably what you're going to be playing onto here. Wow, he's gone for the random kiss and kind of landed kind of all right, really, for a bad shot. It came out not so bad. I don't think he's got a bad angle to run down on and off top rail back up to that top cushion, but knowing the way these seniors play, he'll probably just try and oh no, I thought he was going to dolly that ball along, but yeah, commit yourself, up and down, here you go. You're virtually guaranteed to be on. And doesn't want ugly kisses here. He's got ugly kisses. Yeah, so he's probably feeling like God hates him at the moment. And to be fair, I don't blame him. God, that is.
Chris Retford in the room, please. Chris Retford.
He had off that break. He had the absolute simplest finished ever, and the snowball started down the hill on the first shot. He got the first shot wrong. So he's going to try and back out heel this. He needs to get it onto the bag to have any threat left in the game. I can't see how he wins this frame against Partab. Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But it still doesn't. It still doesn't mean Partab's not going to absolutely drain himself all over him. Just take a split here. Make sure the white's clever. Yeah. It's good. He's reduced the number of pockets for the black by 1. All good stuff. Yeah. So he's looking at off the rail to cut that yellow in. Now, it is possible. He needs to make a thin contact, and he's going to have to play it with a loader right hand side to create that. If he tries baiting that trouble, I don't think he's ever getting that cut.
Dave Shan, Chris Record, table 7.
Yet to be seen.
Dave Shan, Chris Record, table 7.
Yeah, you see, and now he said, "Hello, Partab. Me and you have been mates for a while. Why don't you have this frame?" This is like a 30-second dish for Partab here. Nicely. Yeah, don't want to knock it black too low. Yeah, didn't really want to knock the black that far, because now we're thinking, right, the ball I'm on is the one I want last now. But it's not difficult, and the yellow's at the top of the table. You know, it's just you just got to go and empty yourself on these. So he's played that nicely enough. He's going to leave himself the red nearest the black last as like a 3/4 ball pot. Drop the white on. Oh, I've got my mate Bob here.
Hello, my old friend. Last time we did this, mate, it was at the World Championships, and we disagreed with everything.
I know. Well, I'm sure it's very entertaining, though.
It was very entertaining.
So we've got Partab and Evan on a 1-all position, and Partab's on a very, very simple finish.
We might even been commentating on Partab. No, probably weren't. He would have been at the World Championships, but
Yeah.
we weren't commentating.
Did you win this morning, Bob?
I won 5-3, yes.
Different last time.
Well, it was. It's a great venue. The tables in here are beautiful. The cloth on these tables he hadn't done recently is nice. But the
They
problem
looked
is
a little bit slow to me.
they're slower than I thought they would be. This is what, Hainsworth match or something.
Right.
But he's got 2 other tables which are still in the grey or blue, whichever way you want to call it. And I've just played my match on there. And
You were on the blue, were you?
And they were quick.
Yeah.
Took a bit of getting used to, trying to keep the cue ball under control.
The Partab's making a little bit hard work with this. I don't know whether he can hold it or whether he's going to have to come off the cushion. He's played off the cushion
side.
and he's left himself low. He's wrong side of the pot, really, but I think maybe
can
straight
punch
enough
it.
he can run it through with
Punch
running
with
side.
touch side, yeah.
Yeah, played it well, pinched the pocket just to straighten the white a little bit there.
Might just push the cue ball through here as well, just in case.
Just to be sure, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
that's
too
exactly what he's done.
Not too far.
Yeah. Good old
Have you
Partab.
played yet, Matt?
No, not until quarter 1, playing Dave Walkinshaw, who's a new entry this year.
It's from Warwickshire, yeah.
I think I know Dave. I think I played him 90 Yarmouth once.
He came to some of the events last year with Martin Kirby and some of the Surinder Singh and the boys.
Oh, I did. I remember speaking to him. Yeah. Yeah, nice lad.
I had a bit of commentary earlier. I was watching this online, and yeah, there's 144 this year.
144. So we've got a prelim round, obviously, with that.
Yeah, what happened was we'd have been very happy. The EPA would have been very happy with 128. That was the perfect number. But by the closing date, we'd actually had. We give until a certain date for existing players to come on, and by that date, we had got 35 to 40 brand new players had come forward, and. More of the existing players came on late, but within the time frame, so we had more than 128. And then we looked at what was the next best even number splittable by 14, and by 16 it was 144. And
By 16 critical because of table numbers.
pretty much, yes, that was the idea. Although we then realised that we would need, with the amount of players, there were various considerations. One was, could we play the same amount of frames to keep everybody happy? 2 was we were not going to play on a Friday night, whatever happened.
Why was that?
Because, you know, we may all be seniors over 50. Not like you look a lot younger, of course, but we may all be seniors over 50, but a lot of us still work. So
Yeah.
the difficulty of getting from the south coast to Manchester
Yeah.
on a Friday is bad enough as it is.
Yeah, I hadn't actually put that into my own head because obviously this weekend I've only travelled just over 2 hours to get here, so it wasn't too bad. But then when we're going to the Western Supermare, that's like 5.5 hours.
Or Yarmouth.
Oh, Yarmouth, aye. Yeah, we're going to Spencer's, aren't we, this year?
Yeah. Well, we're going to Spencer's because unfortunately John's venue, the Court in Peterborough, just cannot get more tables in, and we play England friendlies there already every year, and the tables are always superb, but we just couldn't get them in, and John wasn't able to accommodate, which was a shame.
Look at that, he's just done the black.
It's 2
off
frames
his break
in a row.
twice.
2 frames in a row. Does that not? Does he not win anything?
He gets a prize for that. Yeah, he gets another break.
He gets more practice. It's still practice breaks, really, isn't it? So yes, 144. It meant that we would have 16 preliminary matches. We then had to consider the time frame for matches to be played in, because it was an hour and a half for best of nines. Now, when you play on the old UK pool tour, that was you were playing best of 13s in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So we decided, although we're all old fogies, we can still play the game, or some of us can anyway. And we'd cut the session frames down to an hour and a quarter, because I found last year that you were getting to the next session and you were having 8, 9, 10 tables with nobody playing on them. So the plan is that for the first prelim session, for the first 4 first round sessions, you'd go to an hour and a quarter, and then pretty much you'd run on from then with no. And we already today we I know this happens.
Are we on schedule?
Well, we've played some matches early. I mean, I played my match early.
Right, yeah.
So we're always going to have the situation where we know we nearly put the black in again. Just hit the knuckle
into
of
the same
middle
pocket
bag.
as last time, aye.
So we've gone to an hour and a quarter sessions, and yes, we'll see how it works. We also had to consider, how many were we going to take into the plate? Because the way it's always been is that if you were to get into the last 32 in the main event, you're in the prize money. If you didn't get into the last 32, you were guaranteed a place in the plate.
Right.
So it meant we've had to take 112 into the plate, which is nearly as big as the main event on its own. So we've kept the frame numbers the same.
So what's that? Is that best of 7s in the plate?
Still best of 7s. But what will happen is the plate will. There will be a round of the plate on Sunday morning, tomorrow morning, where you're trying to get into the last 32. So.
Right. So you're just going to the 64.
And it means the main event players won't be on until 10:15 tomorrow instead of 9 o'clock. So they'll be happy.
So does that mean there's only one round of the plate tonight?
No. There's more. There's
more too.
There's slightly longer between when you win or lose to your next match, because you've got an extra session of 16 matches.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure where the first round of the plate fits in. However, when you've played your prelim in your first round, you're going to have 80 players who've already lost, so you can actually have your plate starting before you start your second round of the main event. You still only have to win 2 rounds of the main event, or 2 rounds plus a prelim, to get into the Sunday, the last 32.
And is that where the money starts? 32?
Money starts the last 32. We pay out 64 players every time.
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it?
Prize money's gone up to just over 6,000 per event, from 5.2 last year. So we're paying out.
Where's that gone onto the?
It's gone all the way. It's gone all the way around.
Spread around. Yeah.
Everybody's the lower monies have gone up a small amount. The bigger monies have gone up maybe £50, maybe £25.
Yeah.
So it's been spread all around, but it's still amazing that 64 people actually get paid out. And you could say, well, we'll only pay the top 16 in each, and you pay out a lot more money. But people have travelled quite a fair way, and it's good that they get something, even if it pays towards the petrol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wins a lot of money in this. No.
I don't think people are here to win fortunes.
No one's going to. But I mean, the competition this year is awesome. Some of the players back. I mean, you mentioned Tommy. Someone mentioned Tommy Donlan earlier. Having Tommy back in is great.
Class. Yeah.
Liam
Stanley's
in. Yeah. When you came on last year, it was a bit of a watershed there. Someone from another who plays for another country, still an active player.
Yeah.
Although whether you're probably still good enough to be the Scotland A-team captain rather than the seniors player, I'm sure. Are you playing in
I'm actually just
Ireland?
playing in the seniors in Ireland, yeah.
You are playing in the seniors only? Okay.
Yeah. I did have the option of staying in the men's, but I don't know, we've had a few issues in the Scottish men's team for the last few years, and I'm kind of glad to be away from it, to be fair.
Is James playing, or is he?
No, he's not playing in the seniors. No, he
Okay.
couldn't make this, but he's hoping to go to the Worlds.
Yeah, good.
So we'll have a good team there.
But I've heard there's 700 people going to Ireland.
Wow.
Ama-
and 500
amazing.
of them are Scottish.
Well, we've got 70 to 80 from England alone. So
well, we'll have loads because we just seem to
always have a lot.
loads of teams every time we go.
The seniors is growing all the time as well. I mean,
13 teams in the seniors, isn't there?
wow. Is that because you've got an A, B and a C?
Probably, yeah.
We've definitely got two as well.
Yeah, so five of those 13 are between England and Scotland.
But that still leaves a lot.
It
Yeah,
still leaves a
France will
lot.
have at least one, and
Yeah.
Malta.
Yeah, Malta will be there with one, won't they?
I mean, they have two when they play at home. Like next year will be in Malta again. Every 2
Will it?
years it's
Right,
in Malta. There's an agreement made some years ago that's such a lovely venue in
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
I've been there when it's been 20 degrees in February. I've been there
Have
when it's
you?
been 3 degrees in February. So
I think the first time I went, it was like a monsoon.
coming across the
remember that?
bay,
Yeah.
St Paul's Bay, it was howling across the bay.
And it was like
through the windows.
rivers down the street, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I've been there, and yet the other year everyone was swimming in the sea. It was
Yeah,
so
it was
calm,
great. Yeah.
it was like a mill pond.
Yeah.
I've heard this venue though. This venue in Ireland. This is where they've had the All Ireland Championships for the last 2 years. And one of the lads this weekend, Kevin,
Farrelly.
Connolly. Phil Connolly was saying
Oh, yeah.
that the place for Northern Ireland, and he was saying that it's the best venue he's ever played in.
Really?
The facilities are
Wow.
amazing there. The best venues ever played
All right.
pool events
Well,
in. So.
that's a fair endorsement, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It sounds. I wish I was going, but getting time.
So in the meantime, Evan, there's a pool match going on.
Oh, after
and,
he's practicing his clearance now.
Well, he's not. He's practicing his snookering.
That's not a
And
bad. Not
it's
a bad result.
Not a bad effort. He has left Partab a sniff at a plant, but it's an ugly plant, isn't it? The thing
Possible
is,
double maybe.
the advantage of playing that plant is you're probably going to abuse that bottom right corner,
Yes.
where Evan's potentially looking to try and squeeze at least one ball in.
He'll have to overcut the plant slightly, wouldn't he?
He
To
will,
miss the
right.
yellow on the corner. Maybe take the cue ball back up over the top. Don't know really. He's.
I mean, he hasn't got anything else constructive.
You could take this off the
do.
cushion ball by the looks of it. There's a bit of a
Is he
gap.
looking at a double? He might be looking at a long double.
Partab likes his doubles.
Drinking them or playing them?
Well,
A bit of both.
him and Steve Singh are pretty pretty aggressive animals, aren't they, on the pool table?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going double.
Not a million miles away.
No, go on then, lad.
There you go.
Have some of that. He didn't mind a bit of that, did he?
He didn't. No. I mean, he's very good at those. He's just proved it. You're right. These tables don't seem as quick here. They're in nice condition.
lovely
Running really
condition.
nice.
So, he's going to play his corner ball. His position needs to be fairly accurate. He plays the middle. He's always going to be on his corner ball next.
Well, he could drop it in, but he wouldn't. He's
yeah,
going to
this is the shot for me because
He's guaranteed
can't
to be
not
out.
to be on his last ball. Whereas the other one takes a little bit of control
He might have to
be on.
screw into the second yellow, maybe.
I think natural ball's bringing him back between the two.
Can't quite. He's got a little touch of an angle. Maybe he can kick it off the side rail into the nearest yellow. Maybe. Wouldn't want to be doing too much, would you? You want
No,
the cue ball.
no, because it's quite a tight middle, isn't it? So I think natural ball is white just going back through the two. But anyways, he decided to go the other way. So he don't want to leave himself a lot of angle. He needs to be fairly accurate. And
That's okay.
That's okay.
Just drop in.
Yeah, just drop it. He'll leave himself a.
I always find
Like
with
a little
these,
knock on the
I don't like these very much because you have to. You always have the feeling you're going to get a little kick forward rather than get hit it clean, because it's a slow contact and you have a
Yeah.
feeling it's not necessarily going to come off exactly right. It's going to push forward
Yeah,
instead.
push off it.
So
So
you've got to stroke
He's going
it.
corner or is he screwing off middle?
Let's go in the middle. Just drop it in. I think.
He's putting a bit of action on. He's gone corner. Yeah, nailed it. That's a lovely
Very
shot.
nice.
Yeah, 3-1.
A lot of favourites this year in these events. I know it's hard to call nowadays, isn't it?
Tough one. Yeah, tough
we've got
one.
Mr. Brewers back in the events, which is good.
Yeah, obviously Tommy's going to be a force. Still lots of good players from last year with Terry and.
It'll be nice to see. It'll be nice to see. It'd be nice to see all the better players missing each other for a while.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get.
But
it's
still
also,
like the unseeded draw situation.
Oh yes,
I think that's good.
Yeah.
But we've got Chris Hatton's joined.
Very
good player.
Chris is equal top-ranked men's county player this year for the EPA.
Is he?
Yes, him and Callum Singleton were level.
Right.
I've got to pay him some money, that's why I know that.
All right. For that ranking?
Yeah.
I didn't realise there's money for that.
English Pool Association pay out £200 to the top-ranked player each year. It's not a lot, but it's something...
What happens if they're not an English player?
It doesn't matter.
It's just whatever.
The fact is they're a county player who playing in the English inter-counties, Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. In fact, it's happened before.
How much did you get for that?
It's only a couple of £100, but it's...
What, each?
Yeah.
That's all right. So it would have been 400 if
No. It's £200 to the winner if it's outright, and then it's split if it's for the two.
See.
We've got two of the senior boys here today who won the Dave Neary and Nigel Olding, who tied top above Keith Brewer in the national senior rankings.
Oh, very good.
Takes some doing, but I mean they're both playing my region, but they've both played over 70 frames of pool at county this year because we have 9 county teams.
Right. Wow. Yeah. So you've got 16
We've got A's
matches.
and B's. We've got A's and B's in 3 or 4 counties. Yeah. So we play. It might be 14 matches, and they're obviously playing. So what is it? 56 frames. And I got that slightly wrong. Bit of exaggeration. 56 frames.
56 frames.
Yeah.
So 16. Is that what's that?
That's 14 matches.
14 matches.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We've got 8.
Exaggeration's a key to a good story, though, Bob.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We've got 8 county teams, 3 with A's and B's, and we've got 5 counties playing seniors. Seniors is the biggest growth area.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was inevitable. I think our generation, we played a lot of pool, and a lot of people played it in our generation.
And we've all been playing 30 years.
Yeah.
And a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was...
We've forgotten what a lot of people are still learning. And at our age, it happens more often.
Yeah. Forgotten how to play the game half the time.
Well, there's 6,500 or so registered players in the EPA playing county or interleague, and of those 1,300 are seniors.
Wow.
20%.
20%. So
over 50.
Men's seniors.
No, it's seniors. It's not men's.
Seniors,
it's seniors.
right.
Yeah. It's a bit like the
So
juniors
the
and
other
the
categories,
under 20s.
you've got under 16s, under 23s. Sorry, juniors. Yeah. Under
Juniors is
23s.
under 18, and we also have, as of 2018, we were playing county under 23s as well.
Yeah.
And that was to catch up on the
And then obviously
juniors.
men's and ladies.
Yeah, men's and ladies. Yeah. That's a result.
Yeah, it's a good shot he's played. You know, he's put a lot of pressure back on the yellows, hasn't he?
He's got a little, I mean, considering he was playing from behind the left-hand yellow to a ball he didn't know where he was going to hit it, he's come back absolutely.
Yeah, I think Evan's going to be a little bit spewing with that. He's not got much constructive to do, has he?
I'm wondering whether the yellow by the black goes to the top left. If he misses the first yellow, he's looking at it.
Definitely looking at it, but he's not playing.
But if he can, no, I don't know. Is he running
the
away?
back to safe, or trying to, and he's given 2. So he's not coming back to this table.
One would thought not.
No. I'm guessing he's going to take bottom right first.
Might play the double first.
I don't know. I think that's a bit ugly. I don't know. I don't think you need to play the double. I think you probably just play a development shot on there. Use your spare shot on it when you've cleared your other 3 balls.
Play this one up the right hand rail first.
Yeah.
Well, where are you coming at? Just off the cushion for the one on the top?
Yeah, just to leave yourself the corner. And take your weight up the table. Maybe develop your bad ball. You know, use your.
Now the double.
Now he's definitely doubling.
It might cut it. It might cut down actually. It's got a biggish bag as well. I reckon he can cut that with a bit of run inside.
Do you think you need to worry about that or not?
I'd be taking it down there with a bit of run inside.
I think.
We'll see.
We'll see what Partab thinks. Yeah, Partab agrees with you.
Big bag.
Big bag.
Choices either way.
Well, realistically, he's got to go corner at this end of the table, hasn't he?
And yeah, then just
Because
get a
that's the
decent
ball
position.
for the black up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be playing position off either of these two on the black. Not that you're not going
Unless
to
you're
get it, it's
taking
just a
the
harder
black.
shot, isn't it?
Unless you was going to take the black straight up the rail.
I just think you go corner here, it's easy, isn't it? So will go wrong.
This is part of we're talking about now.
And well, so you're saying he could go wrong?
He could. Then he could be putting the black straight up the rail into the corner.
Maybe he's going to
Covering
play
the
it
bag.
tight. He's just playing it tight. What a fudger. What a fudger that Partab is like.
Wow. He's still favourite by a long way.
Unbelievable.
I played in the England team with Partab.
Oh, well, we've all got our cross to bear, haven't we?
98. We went to, we got in the England team together, obviously before the India team was formed. And we went to play in Belgium, and we got to Dover to get on the ferry.
Right.
Partab turned up all the way from Bristol and didn't realise he had to have a passport.
Never.
So he went home again.
So he didn't go?
He didn't go. No.
Well.
That was Jim Morris was manager.
Oh, when Jim was
Yeah.
El Manajaro, yeah. Jim was class, wasn't he?
Jim was a great lad. Might double this yellow in towards the middle and just to take...
Do you think?
Well, to get it between the black
I'm
and
just
the ball.
looking at that table and thinking yellows are dead. You've
Well,
lost the
you
frame,
never
know what I mean?
really give up, do you? I mean,
No. But
I quite like that.
What do you
idea.
like?
I like this nearest yellow crossing it back up into this corner, into the middle, just to push the black.
just to abuse the black if you don't get the middle.
abuse the black a little bit. I can't really see.
Yeah,
what
it's
else.
not a bad shout. He's obviously got a long double to a big pocket on the same ball if he wants it, which would actually potentially give him a little sniff at a finish. But yeah, it's not as secure as the shot you're suggesting.
We shall see.
There's two ways of being successful here, isn't there?
It's all about the pace.
He's gone with your shot.
Doesn't want to drop it in now.
Did you say he doesn't want to drop it?
He's got another same bag, ball in the same bag. You can play this in off the black.
Yeah, but the thing is, if he plays it off the black, he's going to have to play it hard because he doesn't want to put that black on the side cushion.
Hey, look, I'd settle for just playing it off the black, leaving the double on the black, so you open
Yeah.
the middle bag from the
Yeah, you're probably
yellow,
right.
and you push the left-hand yellow down the rail as well.
Yeah,
It's
because the yellow will be there to split the black.
much better
possibly.
commentator than I'm a player, I tell you.
So, yeah, that was a fair double in the middle. It wasn't much of a middle from that angle, was
No,
it?
it wasn't. He didn't want it, but
And he has, after playing that really good shot,
yes,
blown it.
not very good.
Look at that, it would have been absolutely yummy there, wouldn't it? He's
It
left
would have
himself a
been.
plant, and he could have gone in for the split on the black from there.
Could have done. I wonder if Partab's going for it.
I think he might be. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt of that.
So you're playing for the seniors.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Are you captaining, or have you
No,
got
I don't think I'll ever be captain.
Davy Styles?
Lindsay Ahern's
Lindsay
captain.
Ahern, okay. Is he well now? I wasn't so well a year
He's
or two
alright,
back.
yeah.
Good.
He's alright
It's good
now.
to hear. Moff's around, isn't he?
Moff's in the team. David Styles is in the team. Willie Anderson's playing for us this year.
Okay. Oh yes, Willie's. Yeah, I know because we sorted his flight out for him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he's paid us for it, but England paid for his. England sorted his flight out. Yeah, it's the first time he's ever flown on a plane ever.
No way.
He's going. Barbara Taylor's holding his hand all the way over. Seriously.
Is that who was he practicing with Barbara the other night? He said he was practicing with the
Babs
world
is obviously
champion.
England, and she's obviously the England ladies captain. She plays in the same county, and it's and all fair play to them. If you've never been on a plane before, Babs will calm you down.
Well, Willie Anderson, if you're listening to this, you're an absolute weirdo, and unfortunately, I'm sharing a room with him
How are you?
in Ireland. Yeah, so. You're a weirdo for never having been on a flight in your life at your age. I mean, get a grip of yourself, man.
I think I might have said too much there. But it's a
We've
fact,
got a
it's
little
fact.
Facebook Messenger group, and he was telling us how he was beating Babs in a practice game the other night. I can't remember last night or the night before.
Well, I'll tell you what, he'd beat most of us in a road race, wouldn't he?
Certainly.
Still does his marathons for charity, I think,
Yeah.
on a regular basis. I think it was the other year he did 7 in 7 days or something. It was quite amazing.
He's a clown, like. So we're 4-1 to Partab, and there's a ball down, which is always a good starting point for the frame. Black's looking safe on the yellows.
Yellows are looking good.
So, yeah.
They all go.
He's going to be
They've
calling
all got,
yellows.
They've all got pockets.
They do.
But he's got the plant.
Would you commit? Would you commit here? Do you think you'd go
I
for
would.
that 4-ball
Yeah.
plant?
I'd take. No.
Where are you going?
I'd take the ball top left and bring the cue ball back up. Either back
Yeah.
up across between the black to here,
Yeah.
to the right hand side, or.
Thing is, he's potted a yellow as well, so he doesn't actually have to overcommit, does he?
No, he might cut
could
this
just
first one
cut
in.
the first one across. Oh no, he's looking at doing that ugliness there, and that's just horrible, isn't it?
Well.
I don't like that shot. I'd rather he just
Oh,
go
this
for the
is
clean
Evan,
cut.
isn't it? I didn't realise it was Evan that broke. Oh, I didn't realise Evan had broken there.
Yeah, I mean, if Partab was there, he'd just gone for the clean finish, potting the ball behind the black first shot, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Just take the bag. Or not.
Well, it's alright, it's contained the situation,
he
unless
might-
he'd left him a pot in the middle, do you think?
He might have left him the one on the left side.
No, I
see
don't think
where
he's
he-
left him that. I think he's left him a pot straight in the middle, though.
I was looking. Again, they're still there. So did you say you played today, or you've not played it?
1:45.
Okay.
Time we're on now.
Have you got anyone we know?
Yeah, Dave Walkinshaw.
Oh, you said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warwickshire won our Region 5. Dave plays for them, and
Alright.
and they and we've got Wiltshire in our region who were the national champions.
Senior
so-
champions.
yeah,
Alright,
so-
who's in their team?
Nigel Olding,
Alright.
Sonic,
Yeah.
Phil Slynn, who you probably don't know. Leo the Hat Son.
Alright.
Yeah, John
Really?
McMacken, yeah. Nice boy as well.
On table 2, row
You'd got to be our age to know
Michael
Leo the Hat.
Row thrower, Michael
Oh,
Steele,
yeah.
table 2.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, he was only just still on the scene when I started
Table
playing.
5,
But Leo was more. I mean, when I don't remember him much as a player, more as doing trick shots. He loved his trick shots. He was
Yeah.
pretty good at it.
Yeah.
We used to have the trick shots championships down at Gangsters in Swindon, and Leo won it one year. There was some really good. It was an annual event, probably 5-6 years running. Keith Brewer was organising it, and Carl Morris was in it, and Melling and. Melling, I've never known anyone be able to massay a ball like Chris Melling.
Yeah, monster.
He'd put a cue down the middle of the table, put the cue ball to the left-hand side at one end, with his 7mm tip on his cue, if it was that, take it up the side of the ball, the cue
And,
without
like,
touching
turn
it,
90 degrees.
and come back
Yeah.
down the other side,
Alright.
up to the top, past the tip, and then back down this side to this pocket, and then try and put a ball in this pocket without touching the top of the cushion. Scary.
Yeah.
But he's known for it now. You
Yeah.
know, he's known for the flair stuff. He's had a good last year and a half, Chris.
I would say. That was random part of you. Didn't get the shot you were looking for there. He was trying to double the black back up to his
Yeah,
corner.
maybe he's got the next best thing, because I think that goes behind.
It's
that
not a bad
yellow.
result, is it?
Were you on the UK tour last year? Or the last
No,
tours,
no, I didn't bother.
'Cause I suppose I better give that a plug while I'm here, because the EPA are now running what was the UK tour.
It's now the EPA too.
No, the EPA tour, £90,000 in prize money, with a Premier League and a Ladies Premier League running alongside it.
And I see Mickels joined.
Mick's joined, Carl Boyce, Phil, Rob Warren's paid his entry this week, Shane Thompson, Callum Singleton, Giuseppe D'Imperio.
Class.
It's going to be good. It really is going to be good. I've got an email
Here's a
from.
lovely Sandra.
Do I want to drink?
I'll have a
No,
pint of whiskey.
Was it Burns night last night?
Yeah.
It was. Did you have a whiskey last night?
No, I didn't.
No? Why, yeah. True Scotsman or what?
Yeah, we went to Scotland, brought back a load of whiskers. He didn't bring any here. We forgot.
No, I thought about it, but then I wouldn't have a drink with Moff, but Moff's abstemious at the moment. Doesn't drink
No.
because of obviously medical reasons. But
Well, we don't drink. Well, I don't drink.
no, not much.
You make up for it though, Bob.
Not much. Do I drink?
Anyway, I'll have a coffee, love.
You want a coffee?
Yes, please. Yes.
You got any change on you?
Oh, well, if Bob's paying,
no,
I'll have a coffee
I've got
as well.
no money on me at all.
Bad.
So you can have two coffees, please. You know what mine? You know what mine's like.
I'll have a sweetener with milk, please. One sweetener.
one sweetener
I've
with
got to
milk.
go and get my bag to get some money out.
Do you know what? This is amazing.
Right.
Do you know what's amazing about this?
She offers to get you a drink and...
No.
No.
You ever stick a microphone in front of certain people and they won't say a dicky bird because
Yeah.
they're scared. And when they're on a microphone talking to the rest of the world on the internet, she's chatting away and she's fine and she didn't realise it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the listeners, Sandra?
Sorry?
Is there anything you'd like to say to the listeners while
The
we're
people
on?
who are watching this, no?
Oh, I didn't realise you were doing.
Yeah, no, this is what we thought. It's all gone quiet over here.
Ah.
She's thinking about it now.
So we've
isn't
got
she?
Partab and Evan.
Yeah.
I went outside just now.
Yes.
A fella come up to me. I couldn't close. I couldn't look the door of the car.
You have to press the button. You don't press the button on the valve fob, you press the
What
car.
happened?
Okay.
What happened? I didn't pull down the boot. Never put the boot down. It closed.
Locked, okay.
The fellow was trying to sell me some meat for 20 quid, a big bag of meat.
Well,
So
this is what happens when you get to out of Manchester.
yeah, said,
you know,
sorry mate, I've got no
Probably
money
came
on
from
me.
the
I
local
had the
Morrisons
trophies
or
on me
something.
in my hands.
Okay. As long as they're safe, that's all that matters.
They're under the
Got some nice trophies for this event.
nice.
Oh, very good.
Were you there? You played last event last year? Did you see
I
the
did.
trophies on the,
I
on
didn't.
no, you weren't there on the finals.
No, get beaten a
Did you
quarter
say
or
you
six.
want milk?
Milk with one sweetener, please, Sandra, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank
A
you.
sweetener, I've got the sweetener.
One sweetener, yeah.
They do have some at the bar, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Partab's played a nice little DF there. And I'm not fancying yellows for a finish, to be fair, Bob.
Well,
Do you think you can see that right hand side ball to
I
nudge the
reckon-
red out the way?
I reckon his best bet is to do a bit of a Hail Mary on that right hand yellow into this corner
Really?
and actually cushion the ball. And
I'm
kick
wondering
them
if you
both-
can
kick
see
them both
enough
down.
of it to play it down and just nudge
Well,
the gap on the
yeah,
red.
but I wouldn't be playing it that soft. I'd be playing it to get it out.
Right,
And it gives you
smash it
more
out.
options.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he hits it absolutely perfectly wrong, he'll put the red in. But he's got lots of chances of getting the red out.
I don't know where he's going with this because he's not
Well-
doing anything constructive here, is he?
Unless
Oh, he's
he tried.
to play the plan.
he
and
tried
is
to play the double.
Oh.
I never saw that coming. No, nor did he.
No,
Okay.
he wasn't playing for that.
No, he's very
He was
unlucky
playing the
because
plan.
he clipped the yellow, didn't he?
Did it?
Yeah, the first yellow clipped the second one, and just. And that's what he was trying, the inside-out plant.
Yeah.
It was a tough one to call.
And now he's in a world of pain.
Has he got another visit?
Billy White in the
He's got
room,
another
please.
visit.
Billy White.
And he can't. Could he cross double this left
He
yellow?
can cross double it, but I don't think
Maybe
he can
take
pot
the bag.
it.
I think he might be able to
He
take the
might
bag.
be able to take the bag, yeah. I mean, that's the only shot he's got. It's the only option he's got. He can see two balls to hit. He can do nothing constructive with the other ball.
Well,
That's
if-
not massively random. He can play a
If
plant
he, if he
with it, I
plays
suppose.
this just a little bit more pace than necessary, maybe opens the bag up for the second one. If
Yeah.
if he gets,
Oh, he's double kissed it.
as you said,
Oh, my giddy hand.
hold up him. I wonder where that sound comes from. My giddy aunt.
I don't know.
Is it something to do with in years gone by they like the odd gin?
Maybe, could be, bye-bye. So Partab's a little bit scared of this finish.
I know he is because he doesn't
Because
like
of where the
having to
black
get-
is.
I think it's because of getting into here and he doesn't need to worry about it.
Julian Howard.
I don't think there's a problem with the black.
Table 14.
But what he needs to do is take one of those reds to try and get on this early.
Yeah.
I think he can take one.
Yeah, I mean, he could put that ball near the black spot and screw on and off the cushion, knock the yellow well out of the way, I would have thought. But
I fancy him.
Yeah.
He wants to leave one up there, I think.
Yeah, that was kind of what was holding him back. Was he didn't really want to play that one first because the black is now.
He could do what you
open.
said now, possibly.
I don't think he needs to. I think if he gets his white to the bottom cushion, this bottom right ready as possible.
He can go in either way, can't he?
Yeah.
But the cue also hits the yellow on the way out either way, so he just needs to make sure he gives it enough. He's going to try and.
So he's going to screw it to the side cushion and play it thin off that side, isn't
But
he?
he's got to make sure he gets this hard enough.
Yeah, he's
That's
played
nice.
it. He's played it like a genius, Bob.
Well, he has, because he's only got to drop this in, come through, play top left, middle bag, black.
Yeah.
It's easy from here.
Really basics. That'll be 5-1.
I've never missed a pot from here. No.
You just take good luck.
I even call the silly ones, and they play them as well sometimes. It's like the double in the middle, Evan.
So he's going to swing it a touch just to make sure he ends up not on the cushion.
Doesn't want to hit the yellow if he can help it.
He wants a bounce, but dying. Probably wanted a little bit more than that to make this simpler, but I think he's alright just to screw a couple inches off that and away you go. I mean, you can hit these wrong and rattle them and what have you, but I don't think Partab's going to.
He'd come back to the middle, to the bulk line, I think.
Yeah.
He might just. Yeah.
Did you say bulk line?
Just
mate?
overdid that, didn't he?
Yeah, he's overdone it by nearly a
quarter of an inch.
centimetre.
Do you know? I like that because I hate leaving a dead straight black.
Aye. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how easy it might be.
There we are.
Any bit of an angle is much better than dead straight.
5-1 to Partab. Well done, Partab. Thank you very much, ladies
It's
and
a shame
gentlemen.
they didn't spell Evan's name right, Evan.
Well,
apologies to you, mate.
Yeah, never mind.
I'll have a word with the TD.
Anyway, Bob, it's been pleasant having the crack with you. We haven't really talked much about
you,
the
mate.
game, but there was one on while we were here.
We had some interesting discussions on it. They might not be.
See you later, ladies and gentlemen.